When did you realize your parents shouldn't have had kids? My father is an insecure little bitch. You see, from the time me and my older brother Marcus were little kids, he had this obsession with making us into real men. Every morning at 5 a.m., we had to do this thing called warrior training, where we'd punch each other until someone bled. If you cried or tried to block too much, Dad would make you stand outside in your underwear holding cinder blocks above your head. Men don't feel cold, he'd say, while we shivered until our lips turned blue. I always thought it was insane, but Marcus, he lived for that shut. By age 12, he was voluntarily sleeping on the concrete floor because beds make you soft. He'd do push-ups until he threw up, then keep going while Dad filmed it for his Facebook, captioning it, "Now this is how you raise wolves, not sheep." Meanwhile, I found other ways to prove myself. Got straight A's, became captain of the debate team, tutored kids after school. When I showed Dad my report card, he literally tore it in half. Books are for PCs who can't fight. Your brother broke a kid's nose yesterday. That's an achievement. The moment I knew Marcus was completely gone was during Thanksgiving when I was 16. We were eating dinner when he suddenly stood up and punched himself in the face. Hard. His nose started gushing blood all over the turkey. "Pain is just weakness leaving the body," he said, grinning with blood in his teeth while Dad gave him a standing ovation. Mom just kept eating like nothing happened, so I started pretending. I'd wrap my hands before practice, but pull my punches. I'd act hyped about Dad's stupid Navy SEAL documentaries. Even dated this aggressive girl named Brittany who liked to start fights at parties just so Dad would see me as alpha enough, all while secretly seeing a therapist and applying to colleges across the country. I ended up at Berkeley studying social work, specializing in toxic masculinity and trauma. 6 years later, I was 24 with my MSW, working with at-risk youth. I'd built a whole life, had an apartment with my girlfriend Sophia, a ballet teacher Dad would call useless, ran workshops on healthy masculinity, even had a rescue dog named Tofu. When Dad called inviting me to Marcus's accomplishment ceremony, I assumed it was a fight tournament or something. I decided to go, partly out of hope that they'd changed, and partly out of morbid curiosity. I should have known something was wrong when Marcus answered the door. He looked like a skeleton wrapped in muscle, covered in fresh bruises and cuts. His knuckles were permanently swollen, and he walked with a limp. "Little bro," he said, grabbing me in a hug that felt like being squeezed by bones. That's when Dad saw me. His face went from fake smile to pure disgust in seconds. "Oh my gosh, did you get softer? You look like an effing woman." Before I could respond, he grabbed my wrist. "Feel that? Like a little girl's." "Marcus, show him what a real man's hand feels like." Marcus held up his destroyed hands, fingers bent wrong, scar tissue everywhere. "Been training with broken glass, bro. Can't feel shot anymore. It's beautiful." That's when I noticed the table covered in weapons. Brass knuckles, a baseball bat with nails, broken bottles. "Tonight you boys are gonna fight for real. Winner gets my respect. Loser. Well, losers don't deserve to be called my son." I tried to leave, but Dad blocked the door. "You ain't no son of mine anyway, prancing around with your degree in your soft hands, probably letting that woman of yours boss you around like a bitch." He picked up the bat. "Maybe this'll finally make you a man." Marcus was shadowboxing, completely brainwashed. "Come on, bro. It'll be like old times. Don't worry, I'll go easy since you're so weak now." That's when Dad swung the bat at my head. I ducked and heard it smash into the wall. My girlfriend just stood there, frozen with fear. Marcus started laughing. "Yeah, that's it. Fight back." Dad swung again, grazing my shoulder. I felt something pop and warm blood soak through my shirt. "Fight like a man," he screamed, coming at me again. I managed to grab a chair and throw it at him, then ran for the kitchen door. Marcus tackled me from behind. "You're not leaving until you man up." They both started kicking me while I curled up trying to protect my head. Suddenly, Sophia disappeared, and 2 minutes later she returned with a row of police officers. Dad was still ranting about making men out of boys when they arrested him. Sophia was telling me she's sorry for embarrassing me and asking me if I was sure I still liked her. But all the noise around me simply came in one ear out the other, because I was going to have a relationship with Sophia, and I was going to make my family back off. And make my family back off I did. Full story on channel, link below.